Yo guys, we are looking at the rank 1 and it 3700 LP, 61% win rate. He reached such an impressively high rank with such a simple champion, which I want to explain step by step on what does he do. So early on he puts as much pressure as possible on this Twisted Fate, so later on he can look for a flash ignite all-in opportunity, or perhaps if his jungler gets to gank, it's even better because we got point and click CC to set up a really nice gank. So for now, what's important to point out, she has 625 range, Twisted Fate has 525, so he can go for outspaced basic attacks, and in fact if you guys noticed, he prefers to face tank Twisted Fate's W, so that way he can actually reflect some damage with her E, proc Scorch and Taste of Blood to make the trade even sweeter. So often he will, just for the sake of trading, he will just eat skill shots, and he's even more than often doing his best to like punish his opponent when he's last hitting minions, but I think in here it was a bit overdone. It was a bit overdone. It's a bit unfortunate. So he places 2 points into his Q for wave clear purposes. W just goes simply too much. Wow, he fumbled his Q. But as you guys can see, even like the best players tend to do mistakes on occasion. He's proccing his bone plating and the electrocute on the Twisted Fate. So that's why he just like basic attack is basic attacks. Even if you don't reach with your Q, you still want to like heavily trade. It's a pretty feast and family playstyle if you guys notice. And this is his like personal preference. He wants to pressure as much as possible his opponent to get as many advantages early on as possible. Because Annie is a very snowball heavy champion. Like she's insane at snowballing action. Some games he can even like drop 21, 25 kills this guy, so he's really good at what he's doing. Does seem like Twisted Fate is pretty low on HP, but can we look for some opportunities? Can we look for some opportunities? That's the question. He's charging up his passive. As we can see, this is Annie's passive. So this would be a really good kill, but unfortunately Loki does intercept, he could not go deeper, and yeah, he got picked up. That's totally fine. One death is not the end of the world. As far as I notice, he often likes to leave few minions just to like pick up a kill, which allows him to get some Relentless Hunter and Dark Seal stacks. So remember, if you get to intercept the fight, in here they just like respectfully left the kill for Annie. So of course her presence wasn't needed, but it was really nice from his teammates for that they left that kill for her. But more than often he does actually prefer to go for a nice gank over CS. So for Sogodo, okay. It does pressure quite nicely this Twisted Fate, extremely well timed W. If you don't time it this well, you don't proc electrocute and you get stunned. So keep that in mind, E basic W, but you gotta walk a little bit inwards to proc it, of course. And as we can see, just, you know, the retribution damage is pretty good, the reflection damage is really good. So that's why he walks into the face of this Twisted Fate and just like uses the E. He eats poke just to trade back into him. And your E is one of the best spells at actually proccing bone plating, which is like one of the bigger any counter tools. Counter runes, right? Now, he does expand all of his mana, and then he's like looking for a recall. The reason for the end that is also very simple. He's also like fishing to get his, I would say he goes, yes, Sorks. Sorks, really interesting. The Sorks upgrade is really OP on any, by the way. And yet again, same logic. If he's looking for a quick play, he's actually like leaving the wave and he's fishing for better opportunities, such as picking up this Loki in the Drake Pit. But for now, she also like tends to... Oh, it's actually an AGGRO, which is totally fine. He picks up his clans, and let's see how does he micromanage the Tibbers. He moves it into Twisted Fate because Jen is not in range anymore. And now, I want you guys to pay attention on how does he use his bear. He commands it to attack the Drake so he can finish it up as fast as possible. And look, where does the bear move now? He moves it upwards just to see if AGGRO by chance, Loki by chance, Twisted Fate by chance is looking to collapse with someone. So use it as a vision tool. And then he walks out of the leash range, which means it will be teleport back to Annie. So she does not lose much wave clear power this way. But of course it does happen as well that he pushes the wave and then he looks to roam, which you know is the more normal pace that people are used to when it comes down to roaming. And as for now, what's important to understand is that we see a Jin. We remember before he burned his clan, so he will have less counterplay against Annie. But in higher ranks, they just tend to ping this type of roam, so it seems like he's just really got no angle to gank. It's also warded, but that's totally fine because he gets to rotate back mid lane. He didn't lose, actually lost a single bit of minion, but didn't really lose a lot. And now he gets to collapse back on this Twisted Fate with Annie. Chain CCs, watch out for that. So right after the CC of Skarner's being expired, he uses her own. And what she doesn't use is her R, she doesn't use her Ignite at all. Because you gotta like also learn how to use when to use Ignite, and you also gotta learn when to not waste it, right? Because all of your friends will tell you, you know, you gotta use your Ignite in all-ins, whatever, but sometimes you just gotta know when to not waste it, when to not use it. Okay, so another play that shows up after shoving is Alice and Loka play, and that's what he's aiming to actually punish. Wow, just proccing that one brittle is really satisfying as an, isn't it? So, similar logic here, he's shoving, and what's very important thing to do, so even if you can't catch up in time to pick up a kill or an assist, it's really good if you threaten a roam, because this way it will force away your opponents from extending your fights in any particular way. And for now, they are retaliating, and he walked up. There's not much he could get, unfortunately, but that's totally fine, because now he has his Relentless Hunter on, and he could look for a flash opportunity. Does seem like it does pick him up. And I mean, that's just great. That's just great. So he got a really, really nice pick on this Twisted Fate. Does he go Magi early, or does he just finish his more consistently Malignance, right? Malignance Proto Belt, I would assume. Yet again, he has soon his aura up, and he does something that's not so predictable. So the most predictable thing you can do is shoving and roaming as a mid laner. But what if you just rush bot lane and actually disrupt a potential dive from this Jhin and from this Alice, while both being very low on HP? Ooh, he just bursts his Loka. But as you guys can see, he's just intercepting this dive. Whether they want to dive alone or they want to dive with Loka, regardless, it would potentially happen, and this is what they want to actually punish. So remember, this guy does not play for farm too much, but despite he's still out farming Twisted Fate now. How much aura do you actually have to do that? Right after finishing his Proto Belt, he goes for Malignance. Boots are finished, they give extreme magic penetration combined with your Ars 15 magic pen. And I just want you guys to... Does he reach with Proto? W, E, Q, Q, E, Q. Ah, he flashes. No, it's a bit unfortunate because it seems like he's also collapsing. Does seem like she might be a bit cooked here. It does seem like she might be a little bit cooked here, but he got Master Utway's flash, Jin's flash, more precisely. He's also looking just for a nice flank from the side, so often you don't want to go from the front if you get to. So you don't get caught in the same abilities as your allies, or you could just look for... Oh my god, the reaction time was on Agorin. Even flashes, I mean... That guy is just insane, but regardless, he does get picked up. Micro bandage is the bear forwards, and as... Oh my god, what is that damage? That's through Mercs, bro. This Twisted Fate is building Mercs defensively, but it does seem like... It does seem like it ain't working, Chief. It ain't working, Chief. Huh? Oh my god, I forgot I didn't pause the recording, my bad. But I wanted to say that's it for now, guys. I hope you guys learned something new. how to pressure in the early game, how to roam, when to roam, basically the correct build order, protobelt, malignance. This is what he mainly likes. Electrocute the bar, squishy champions, very important to have. Pressure your opponent as much as possible early on to go for some smooth early kills. He has very aggressive, very aggressive playstyle, in fact, which you can kind of like follow up. Now that's it for now, guys. Have a nice day and see you all in the next video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps me with future video makings. Bye, guys.